So all the media from all over the world, they were at one place and they were assigned different units to go with. So I was assigned a unit where they look for bombs. It's called the route clearance platoon. Like first day we went out, we were supposed to go from point A to some point B. So there was an explosion. One of the vehicles went over a mine. And of course you thinking it's your vehicle, but you're safe, but you're not, because it wasn't my vehicle. But like the explosion was very loud, and so one of the vehicles got damaged, but no one got injured. I was always very cautious. I wanted to cover it, but never wanted to. I was always wishing that we don't come under fire. I mean, that's like, but I wasn't like going out and looking where are people fighting. I want to like, so, but that was my take on it. I did a small photo story on rehabilitation. There was this like Red Cross center where they people who had lost the limbs, they would their prosthetics were made, and then how would they fit, and then they would like basically they had to go through some physiotherapy training to how to use it. Yeah, it gets overwhelming, but you have to you have to detach yourself from, like, I remember very vividly, we did a story on this one woman who used to live with her, I think, children. I do not recall it completely, but like she didn't have limbs. Now her 5-year, her 6-year, her 7-year-old children had to feed her, or like young children. So there was no source of income. So it was, I mean, that was like heartbreaking. I mean, like it's like very overwhelming. After I had left AFP, I lost a couple of colleagues who I knew really well. In Afghanistan, they were Afghan photographers. In fact, one of the photographers AFP lost was the photographer I went to replace during his holidays. You just carry a lot of luck, and you also have to have this very high sense of preservation. You make sure that you try not to take any risk. During this embed, we were in a platoon. So this again, the ground clearance platoon, we got stuck because our vehicle again got blown off. Then we were there stuck there for the same place for 4 or 5 days till they could send us a part, airdrop the part. So one evening there was a firefight. It was kind of bizarre experiences. Like it's like late in the evening and it's all guns blazing, and it looked like fireworks are going off. One evening, so there was after all, because we couldn't clear the route, so there was a support team that was sent to clear the route. So they were coming from the other side and we were clearing from our side. So I was with the team that was clearing the platoon, the road. So we've been walking for a while, and then other team came, and I said to our writer in AFP, I said, they're just going another 20 meters, 25 meters. Why don't we stay here? So they had a smoke and we chatted with them and we were hanging out with them. And as they moved forward, the other day, had some loud conversation with the other team from the other side. And then these guys kept sweeping, and I think one of them probably missed a sweep, like the mine sweep, and stepped on the mine and it went off. So when the person stepped on the mine, it just was a huge blast. And there were, I think, if I'm not wrong, there were like 6 people there. So in that picture, you only see one. There were other, I think 5 or 6 people other than that guy. And 2 of them lost their lives. You're hanging out with these people, you're eating with them, you're part of them, that team. And it does affect you, because suddenly you are talking to someone and that person is not there at 5 minutes, like actually 3 minutes later. So once we were on a patrol, we were shot at, and the bullets went, they were really close to my head, because you can hear them. Like when you can hear them, that means they're really close to you. And you see these for a longest period of time you think it's a joke that these Hindi films, flashback, all your life passes by, and I jumped and I was lying on the ground, and then there was this constant firing, and we were directed to run towards cover. There were some buildings ahead of us through the fields. So while lying on the ground, like all my important life, like my family, my friends, like or also like some very vivid experiences some experiences that I also had, they become like a blur in your life, but they suddenly came up and they flashed by uh, as if like there was a movie going on in front of my eyes. Also, I think it's a bizarre, if I might say it, but it's also like when it gives you this adrenaline rush. It's like gives you a rush. If given an opportunity, you keep going back. I had an idea what I was getting into. I was prepared for it, and I was also conscious of what can go wrong. Like I was really aware of it. So, but how does it affect you is that those experiences stay with you, and sometimes you're in places where it's perfectly normal, and it happens to me very on and off. So you're in a market or your normal situation, and suddenly you see like like something unidentified lying. But because you've gone through similar kind of situations many times, you get nervous. So there is that thing that happens to you. That at least happens to me sometimes. Someone would have to ask me that if I would do it again. If yes, I would do it again. Given an opportunity, I wanted to be there, and it wasn't that like it was forced onto me. I was asked, and I wanted to go. Like everyone knows that anything can happen anytime, even sitting in your bed or whatever. But you start to really appreciate, um, and you also start to understand actually the fickleness of life. That when you experience in such a situation, really that someone was just there with you 2 minutes ago and then they're not there. So it does make you feel, and it stays with you that how fickle the life is.